All right, this is the big mistake that people make when it comes to the pearl of great price. The pearl of great price has nothing to do with you moving into the state of your wish fulfilled. Nothing. Moving into the state of your wish fulfilled is moving into the state of your wish fulfilled. If you have trouble doing that, if you have trouble staying there, it's probably because you haven't bought the pearl. In some area, in some way, in some aspect of your life. And I'm going to go beyond that. It's not probably. As far as I can tell, it definitely is. If you can't move into your chosen state, you still believe in a power over you. If you can't stay in your chosen state, you still imagine, you still believe that there is a power over you. I want you to get the distinction here because so many people miss this. There are two completely separate things going on here. One is surrendering to the experience of your wish fulfilled. If you can't do that, if you can't stay there, it's because in some way that you haven't bought the pearl. All right, let's go deeper. So what's buying the pearl? See, Neville Goddard is very straightforward here because it's very simple, but it's very layered. Remember, a pearl has layers to it. It starts with a little tiny piece of grit. That becomes a pearl. That becomes a bigger pearl. That becomes the biggest pearl. That really is the pearl of great price. Neville Goddard says, when I buy the pearl of great price, there is no other pearl like it. I sell all in this world to buy it. That doesn't mean you have to give up your car. That doesn't mean you can't stop putting oil in it. This has nothing to do with olive oil or motor oil. Let's continue. By the way, I'll get back to that. This is so good. I sell all beliefs and powers other than my own wonderful human imagination. There you go. I sell all beliefs and powers other than my own wonderful human imagination. And everyone, because he has imagination, and everyone can imagine, and everyone can believe in the reality of his imaginal act, is free. It sets a man free. There's a formula there. Because he has imagination, and because everyone can imagine, and everyone can believe in the reality of his imaginal act. By the way, are you getting this is way more than a podcast episode? We're going to do the sales pitch. Ready? Here we go. PearlPowerPack.com. This could be the most important thing in your entire life. It should be. Because if you want to effortlessly surrender to wishes all the time and stay there, if you want to get to why so many people have problems doing that, you got to buy the pearl. PearlPowerPack.com. We did 3 live calls on that. Again, here's the sales pitch, and then we'll get back to the lesson. Ready? We did 3 live calls on this. We could have done 7. Easy. But we stuck at 3. We nailed all sorts of gold. We did 3 live calls, 90 minutes each, 10 people, right? So that's like almost 5 hours it's about 5 hours of recordings. $97, right? Listen along, take notes, play heaps, enjoy the giggles, enjoy the laughter, enjoy a tear or two. Because this is where real world results happen. Through play, through dance. So, let's dive back into the lesson. There are 2 very distinct events going on here. Number 1, you have a desire, you surrender to it. Neville Goddard said this is not an act of will. If you're going at this like an act of will, if it feels like a battle or a war, that's because you believe in a power outside of yourself. You believe that there's resistance, that there's deep hidden subconscious bullshit. There's only what you're imagining. If you have trouble moving into the state of your wish fulfilled, surrendering to it, if you have problems staying there, the only thing that can knock you out is you having not bought the pearl in some area, in some aspect of your life. It's not a one-time deal. It's a daily experience. If you want what we want, you got to do what we do. If you want what we want, you have to discover who you are and how this works. So we nailed today one real quickie. This has nothing to do with surrendering to your wish. That's one thing that you do. That's an activity that you do. But if you can't stay there, if you can't surrender there, if it feels like a battle, if it feels like a war, there's some area, some aspect of your life where you haven't bought the pearl. And the Pearl Power Pack nails that quickly. Oh, talk about fun. One lady told me she has listened to the pack 32 times. That's a lot of time. She travels a lot. She drives a bus. I get a kick out of that because all I want for you is to drive your own bus. And you have to get, you're the only power. Ooh, not politics. Anyway. That's all I got. Have a lovely day. My name is Mr. 2020. This is the Neville Goddard podcast coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia. All rights reserved on all media. Ho-ho. Sharing is caring. Have a lovely day and dive deeper. PearlPowerPack.com. It's the 3-for-1 special. Have a great day. See ya.